the best thing. It's always said that you save the best for the last. In a few moments, we'll be starting with a session on API, that is a session on honey and beekeeping. And I think that's something that should interest all of us. As we say, kò sẹ́ni tó máa fọyín sẹ́nu tó máa kò ṣe é láàárọ̀ yìí báyìí gbogbo wa la máa fi ókè a lè má fọyín sẹ́nu o ṣùgbọ́n à á fọyín sọ́kàn. Mo lọ sóde kan wọ́n ní 11,500 per litre, so ìyẹn ṣòro fi ṣe sample fún yàn. So but we'll see how it goes this morning. Before we get into that session, Mr. No Moment is around, and it's important. You wonder why we are listening to him again and again. Water is life, and you can treat all the disease in the world that you think. If it keeps coming back through water, it will keep coming back. So until we conquer the problem of water, you have not conquered the problem of disease or the problem of infection or the problem of poisoning. That's why in ancient times, when they want to kill a town, they go to pollute the source of water. And then when they want to heal a town, they go to their source of water because one can go in shorter. As a lot to do with unlocking the potential. The theme is sweetening the deal, unlocking the potential of Nigeria's apiculture industry. Once again, sweetening the deal, unlocking the potential of Nigeria's apiculture industry. And at the end of the training, even though the training is free, there will be certificates for participants. This is the certificate. The training is free, but the certificate is not free. And I will tell you why. I've seen it. You can use the certificate to attract money. I've had many of people who attended my training when I was with my parent company then, and you will give them certificate, they will forget to pick it, or they will throw it on the chair and go. Then when they now go to Union Bank, this and they say, have you attended any training before? They say, I attended animal care. They say, bring the certificate. Then they will run back to say, where was my certificate? I forgot it on the chair that day. So the certificate for this training will be useful for you, particularly if you are trying to attract support or financing. The certificate will be 5,000 naira according to the organizers. So after the training, take the certificate and it will profit you down the road. If you don't collect it and then you now need it, maybe they will charge you more. So what we're going to do is that I'm going to invite the lead of the team. So he will introduce the other members of the team, all the panelists, and take us into the training proper. So to take us in this training, sweetening the deal, unlocking the potential of Nigeria's apiculture industry, will be Ambassador Abiodun Olani, Executive Director, AfriQuest African Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts and let's welcome Ambassador Olani. You're welcome, sir. Let's put our hands together for him.
Good morning, all. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Do we have any agriculturists here? Cool temper. Okay. Great farmers. Great nation. Good. Can we just stand up and go do some little exercise? Can we just stand up, please? This early morning now, some of us like, it's like at the end of the tunnel, and we are the one to bring that revolution to the Nigerian economy. whether they like it or not, by force, by fire. Or even look at the person by your side, you are really welcome.
You are really welcome.
You are really welcome. You are in for something great today.
You are in for something great today.
Okay, please. So that someone will not say, are we in the church or no? It's everywhere. Please don't sit down comfortably, please. Now we've had since on the 13th, Tuesday on the 13th, we have had a wonderful time. I mean the 7th Nigerian Poultry and Livestock Expo. We have had a series of wonderful summit sessions, and I know that we are really loaded. And this today will not be an exception. That we are going to talk about the AQAN Forum. And the AQAN Forum is the agricultural value chain and market system dialogue that looks at various crops competitiveness both in Nigeria and in other parts of Africa. And the various commodities have been talked about in the past, fruit and vegetable, talking about root and tuber, grain value chain. Also now we are going to apiculture, and I'm telling you this is a gold mine that we are really ignoring. And if you look at the indices, the number of honey that's imported into this country every year, you see that we continue to complain. The president is this, whether APC is your problem, whether NRU is your problem. But let me tell you, the opportunities is here within us, even in the midst of all these challenges. So I can tell you, this we are here for something special this morning, and I don't want us to take any further time. I will take the welcome address, and like my wonderful uncle has said, try to get the certificates, because people that are here that are going to handle the professionals in their own right. We have Mr. Luton, that's the CEO of Beechcraft. He's a German train, and I'm telling you, we are privileged to have him here. And also we have the Federation of Bee Farmers, the Beekeepers Association of Nigeria. They are here, so to tell you that you are welcome this morning. And also we have Mr. Timothy Fashino from the I think Dr. Makoji said it's the first and the best university in Nigeria. Mr. Fashino from the University of Ibadan and the head of the APRI. So to tell you that we have the loaded team, and also Mrs. Peace Effiong from the Grower Choice. So to tell us about the export of honey and all the other byproducts. Distinguished guests, esteemed panelists, fellow stakeholders in the agricultural sector, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the AQAN Forum 7.0 with the team unlocking the potential of agricultural value chain in Nigeria. We are excited to have you all here today to discuss the opportunities and challenges facing the agricultural value chain in Nigeria. Agriculture or beekeeping is an important sector that contributes significantly to Nigeria's agricultural GDP. However, faced with numerous challenges, including limited access to finance and markets, inadequate infrastructure and equipment, and lack of training and extension, today's forum provides a unique opportunity for us to come together and discuss ways to unlock the potential of agricultural value chain in Nigeria. We assemble a team of experts who will share knowledge and experience on agricultural value chain. We will also have an interactive session where we can all contribute to the discussion. I would like to express my gratitude to our partners, sponsors, and for their support making this forum a reality. Your contributions are invaluable, and we appreciate your commitment to the development of the agricultural sector in Nigeria. Before I hand over to the first speaker, I would like to remind you all that the objective of this forum is to identify practical solutions to the challenges facing the agricultural value chain in Nigeria. Let us work together to achieve this objective and make a positive impact on the life of beekeepers and other stakeholders in the agricultural value chain. Thank you all once again for your presence, and I wish you a fruitful and engaging discussion. Please join me welcoming the first speaker, Mr. Oduton, who will deliver the keynote on the state of apiculture in Nigeria, opportunity and challenges. Can you give him a round of applause as he hand over to him?
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, my name is Adeshina Oduto. I'm a beekeeper of international repute with 32 years of experience. And I'm a German-trained queen breeder. It's a great pleasure to be here this morning. This is an opportunity that I'm willing to, that I don't joke with. But I want to correct the impression the person who spoke before now that's going to have a training. This is not a training. This is a eye-opener. You don't do a day training on beekeeping. Even 2 weeks, no. There are a lot to know about beekeeping. I won't waste time because I've given just 20 minutes. So, what we are to talk about, unlocking the potential of Nigerian agriculture industry value chain. How many of us are here are beekeeper? That you keep bees? Okay? So how many of us are intending to be a beekeeper? That you want to be? I'm not talking about the honey seller. A lot of people are selling honey and they don't know what they are selling. Now, this program this morning is a great opportunity. We are not only to talk about how to produce honey or how to get this or that, but they go a little higher by talking about the value chain. Value chain means added advantage. If you are to sell a liter of honey for 10,000 naira, you can do other things to add, value addition to sell it like 20,000 or 30,000. So what I want to talk about today is what are the problems, the challenges faced by beekeeper. The problem, what are the solutions we can provide, and what are the opportunities. So that's why I said, this is just an eye-opener, not a training per se, to me, I don't know. And then the next slide, okay. The problem here is, the problem of a beekeeper in Africa is not that they don't have knowledge, they don't have access to equipment. Forgetting the fertilization, theft, bush burning, that's the major problem of keeping bees. They don't have enough knowledge. They don't have enough access to the equipment. Because I have opportunity to have traveled abroad. I'm a German trainer, I live in the United States. I came back home purposely for this occasion where we can reach out to people to help them and succeed in what they're doing. So, first, they don't have knowledge. The kind of equipment you use determines the product you get. If you are using top eye, you can't get more than honey and wax. Even some don't know how to get the wax. They throw it away. So when you use the last drop eye or dandelion eye, like what they use in Europe and America, you are to get as much as 6 to 8 products. Many of our beekeepers, I see them online, they only know you can get this, they know how to get it. They don't. Because the equipment they use does not allow them to be able to get that. So, don't forget the problem I mentioned, lack of knowledge, lack of access to equipment, and the problem of theft and vandalism. Next slide. Next slide. Now, another problem that discourages them, when you put a hive in your apiary, you are expecting the bees to come to occupy it, and it can be there for so many long time. It can be there for so long without getting swarm of bees. So this is a problem. And okay, out of 20 boxes, the beehive, you have 20 and 5 are colonized. What happened to the remaining 15? You are getting no honey from there, and that will be a discouragement. And the answer to that is what we call queen breeding. The picture there, you may not understand it, but it's loaded with so much information. I don't want to exceed the time given to me. If I'm opportune to talk during the panel time, I may shed more light on that. Next slide. Now, when you experience something, the project will be unprofitable. Because if you invest 30,000, at the end of the day when you want to make the money, you don't sell up to 10,000. It's unprofitable. So that's some of the problem. And a lot of other people are afraid of being stung by bees. That's why you see people go there at night to go and work. I challenge a lot of bee farmers. If you say you are a bee farmer, you are to work with the bee at the daytime. You see what's going on there. You know what exactly the problem. You see some people going at night. What will you see in the dark? So that's a problem of knowledge. If you have enough knowledge, you know when to go there. You will know what to look for when you get there. You know, as a beekeeper, all matter is manipulation. When you know what to do, you will manipulate the bees. And the bees will attend to your request. And even bees can speak to you by way of seeing some signs there. So you will know what to do. Next slide. Now, here's our solution. Queen breeding is the way forward. You know, in Europe and America, we don't depend on nature, whereby the bees will occupy on their own. You know, in beekeeping, there are a lot of specialization. It depends on the level of knowledge you have. There are some that are queen breeder. They are breeding queen. By December, we book for the package bee. By April in the spring, we collect the package bee. So you grow from that. If you want 100, you get 100 one time. This is a specialized area of training. And as I've said, Africa is on my mind. There are a lot of things I've tried to find out how to do it in our own little way. If you want to do queen breeding, you need a lot of equipment, you need training. But how can we come to Africa and begin to ask them, oh yeah, you need this, you need that, and they cannot have access to that? There is a way we can train you and produce queen. Not just even dividing your colony. There's a way to train you. So queen breeding is the way. And when you know it, you can expand your colony. Let's say you have 10 colony, you can make it 20, you can make it more than that. You can even sell to your fellow beekeeper. All these things require commitment. So next slide. Now, just as what I've said, the theme for this program is not only what are the problems facing beekeeping. They go a little higher about the value chain. What are the value addition? What you see there is propolis tincture. I sold this $25 in US. If you want to have a bottle of this thing here, it's 25,000. I have there's way to prepare it. And all these things, I prepared this book. I published this in the United States. It sold $32. Because I'm in Africa, I make it 10,000 naira. Every information you need is here. This is me. This is what I've done over 32 years. And I've never done any other job. I've never taken any paid job. I don't sell only today and sell bread tomorrow or sell abandon next tomorrow. This is my identity. So what we're saying is this: the value addition, we make more money from the raw material like honey. If you get to our stand, we have what we call infused honey. Infused honey, you know, honey has the hygroscopic ability to absorb anything. even air. So we infuse those things there, like ginger and garlic, stuff like that. So when you do that, it commands more money. There's what we call creamy honey. Not ordinary honey you see. There are many ways you can do it. You can make candles. You can make propolis tincture like that one. There are a lot of things you need to know. So next slide. Now the problem of theft and vandalization. You can't say because people are stealing our thing, we will not do the business. There are a lot of things to do. You know, in Europe, there are a lot of coffee house where they keep bees. But this is not common in America, they don't have things like that. But here in Nigeria, this project, I did it for somebody in Mina. You know, those guys that follow me on LinkedIn, when they heard I'm in Nigeria, they are so happy that, oh, God, thank you. If you look at it, there's a wire mesh there, very strong, they call it Boko Haram. Look at this is a door in between. There's one side here, another side here. It may not show clearly. You arrange your bee, your colony to the right, to the left, and they will go into the net to forage and come back. So there must be a solution for any problem. So as a beekeeper, this is a solution from stealing your product. And again, you can even have a CCTV camera. You can have a solar light just to make sure you monitor that. There's no problem with that solution. The issue of your money is stolen. You can still find a solution. Next slide. Now, I want to open our eyes to a lot of opportunities that in beekeeping. You know, in the food and beverages industry, we may not understand that here in Africa. In US, there are a lot of things they are doing with honey, even the food we eat. You know, I don't know if you ever seen a barbecue sauce where it is sweet and spicy for barbecue. Even the food with honey, the energy drinks, milk. Yeah, look at that one. That's a milk. That's in America. It's a wine made from honey. So these are things you can do. You know, and good enough, honey don't expire. You can choose not to sell your honey as raw as that. You can choose to make it another thing to make more money. So these are opportunities that you can see. Next slide. Pharmaceutical and cosmetics. That paracetamol you are taking is coated with wax. There are a lot of things you can use with wax. So what we are saying is, we are taking you a little higher than this your honey, this your wax. There are a lot of things you can do with that. Next. You know, nowadays everybody don't want to eat sugar. A lot of people, they want natural food. They want to live a healthy life. Honey is a natural food. And the problem is, most people that sell honey, they are not beekeepers. They are all lying. You know, the problem we have in Africa is there are no regulation. Even in your house, in America, you can't sell anything without the knowledge of government. You are there. You can't do that. They regulate everything. That's why you see a lot of people selling honey, fake honey, just because they want to make money. But what I'm telling you now is, when you, a beekeeper, you produce your honey, you can't meet the need of people. You know, in America, I don't sell my honey stores. They are what we call farmers market. The condition to be there is that you must be a farmer, not middlemen. Maybe you collect 1%. They don't do that. That's the condition. So you sell your price, the price you want. A pound of honey is $17. Now, so people want natural honey. That's why you see them craving for good honey. At the end of the day, they ended up eating adulterated honey. Next slide. This is my recommendation. What you need is knowledge. I hope Mr. Ojeleye will come here. We are the founding father of beekeeper of Nigeria. When this May 11, 1993, the beekeeper of Nigeria was launched at this UI. I happen to be a final year student of UNAM for 3 days, just like this. They show us this, that, and since then I pick it up. You need to be determined. You need to crazy for knowledge. If I want to train you, for people who have came to me, my training is not 1 day, 2 weeks, 1 month. It's throughout the season, beekeeping season. We have a mango season. We have a season. Even we human being season. So there's a beekeeping season. You will take me through all these things. If time permit, you will sum up my video. And I wanted to play this video to you, top eye. I have that in America. I call it modify and improve top eye. I was asking some people yesterday, how do you manage your bee? What treatment do you give them? You need to attend to your bee. You must know their problem so that you can get the best from them. You will see the video. How we work with bees. You need to have knowledge, acquire knowledge. Don't mind the amount of money you spend. If I want to train you, you pay 200,000. I have a lot of people doing it. People that value it. Because you will not only know the cover, you will know the natural, you will know how to raise your queens, you will know how to have a cottage industries, how you can make a candle, and I've said this, installation of CCTV camera, and you must be somebody who lose focus. Don't look what's happening around you. You know where you're going. Today, I thank God for the opportunity of benefiting from this beekeeping. I have my wife, my children, they're all in the United States. They don't want me to come, and I discover I'm not fulfilled. I need to come here. So I won't take much of your time. So thank you for the opportunity. If you have a question, you are allowed to ask. Thank you.
Let me go Mr. Timothy Ashino to present the presentation. Please.
Great farmer. Good morning, all. My name is Ashino Timothy. I want to correct the impression. I'm not the HOD of the department. The University of Ibadan is the first in Nigeria and best. We started this PPP project in 2012. Like the last speaker just said, it piqued interest when he was an undergraduate student. I wasn't a product of UI, but I was employed because of my passion for PDP. I started PDP in 1996, just like he said, as a student. So what we do in UI is we train, we conduct research, and we have a demonstration area where we show people that it is doable. You can go into it and do it profitably. Please, the slide. Before the slide comes up, I want you to know that honey is just one of the products you can get from DDP. When you talk of DDP, just like the last speaker said, it's not everybody that sells honey to DDP. Okay? So the science of DDP is what we do in the University of Ibadan from DDP. One of them is this wax. I display some things here. For those who do tie and dye, batik, these are products of DDP for shoe polish. They use in the pharmaceutical industries. This is propolis that is said the other time. We get it from beehives, and this is honey. When in the University of Ibadan, we plant our own honey also. You can see, you cannot see this type of bottle elsewhere because we blow the bottle. You cannot be fake. So this one is it goes for 8,000 naira, and this one goes for 6,000 naira, and this one goes for 4,000 naira. There are other products, other benefits that you can get from beekeeping, like my senior colleague just said. There was a time some beekeepers traveled from Australia. They went to US. They chartered cargo plane to go and pollinate orchard of apple. As we all know, California in the United States of America is the largest producer of apple in the world. So they went with their beehives, and that's the service they went to render. They will collect money for their service. They will collect the high products. So I want to talk on unlocking the potential of agricultural value chain in Nigeria, market systems and value chain perspectives. Next slide. Apiculture is the science of keeping bees in hollow container called beehives. We deliberately construct this container so that we can manipulate the bees just like he said. It's different from bee hunters. Bee hunters go to the wild, to the forest, to the hollow of trees, to different caves and extract honey and some other things they're supposed not to extract. Okay? But in modern beekeeping, which is apiculture, you deliberately set up bee farm. Just like you have poultry, you have piggery, you have bee farm. So the science of setting up bee farm is called apiculture. And that's what we do in the university. We catch them young. We train both the undergraduate and postgraduate students. Then, a place where you place your beehives, there are different types. Just like he said, it's called an apiary. And the benefits of beekeeping is, one, you try to conserve the environment. You see wildfire in US, wildfire in Israel, wildfire in different parts of the world. These bee hunters, they go into the bush, into the forest. They set the bee colony on fire. They extract the honey and some other thing they're supposed not to extract, and they bring it. And that's why you say, somebody said our honey is very expensive. The honey they bought from Benue is 1 liter, 15 liters scale, 5,000 naira. The one from Cotonou, these are honey that are gotten from the wild by bee hunters. There are some things they added to it that has polluted the honey. But in modern beekeeping, you are trained on how to know what to extract, what not to extract. The next slide. Like I said, there are various products. We have honey, we have beeswax, we have propolis, we have bee venom, we have royal jelly, and so on and so forth. This is the demonstration apiary of the University of Ibadan. That's my humble self there. As you see me in suit, it's just Sakama and J. When you see me in the apiary, you know. The next slide. This is our apiary where we were setting up an apiary at the Jai Farm settlement then, as far back as 2013. So, we were using Kenyan Toba hive. Next slide. Now, to unlock the potential of apiculture, there are 3 strategies we need to employ. The first thing is to stimulate competitiveness. You stimulate interest by, during my undergraduate days, I started learning beekeeping in Ogbomoso under the late Professor Akanbi, as far back as 300 level. You see, he told you that he was a student of FUNAB, came to UI, but during my own days, 300 level, 400 level, then in 500 level, I prayed. Out of about 500 students, I was the only one that went into beekeeping as my undergraduate project. So I came to UI, did my masters. The late professor Odebi, he was his supervisor also, saw the interest in me, the passion. Before you can become somebody, you have to develop passion. So once you have a passion, that passion will be driving you despite all odds. So you have to create a kind of stimulate competitiveness. You train the people, training and retraining. He told you went to Germany for training. You don't just sit down and say, I'm a champion, I've received the training. You have to keep on receiving the training. Henry Ford said, he who stops learning is an old man, even if he is 10 years old. But he who continues learning is young, even at the age of 82. So you keep on learning and getting training and retraining. Then increase production volumes. How do we increase volume of production? Like I told you, beekeeping is not just 5 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours or 2 days training. It has to be a lifetime. You have to be improving, getting new knowledge. Don't say you know it all. Like as he was presenting, I learned a lot of things. I learned from my students. So you increase volume production by learning new strategies, and there are various ways to do that. Then you strengthen coordination capacity. The next slide. When you talk of stimulate competitiveness, training programs for beekeepers and processors on best practices, quality control and market trends. Recently we had our 60th anniversary in the department. 68 years of establishing the department, and the HOD called me that we need to float the departmental honey. What we were doing before was the university program. It was a university project, and once our honey gets exhausted, I don't sell honey for people. That's my policy. Even where I worked before in Leventis Foundation, I don't sell honey for people because it's very easy to adulterate. I told the HOD, I cannot do that. Along the line, a lady lecturer went to buy honey from somewhere. I said it's organic honey and all those things. And people were returning it, and I said it. So you have to be very, very careful of what you are doing. So train people on the best practices. When you want to sell honey, make sure you know the source of the honey. Honey can be easily adulterated. And instead of the health benefits, you'll be getting complicated issues. Then, investing in modern beekeeping equipment and technology to improve efficiency and productivity. Then, developing marketing strategies to promote Nigerian honey and other bee products in local and international markets. Now, honey from Cotonou, from Benin, from Benue, from all those things that are not beekeepers' honey. You can sell it anywhere. But when you talk of premium honey, like he told you, it sells honey in dollars, and you can convert. You have a calculator on your head, $34 times. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So if your market is you are targeting the international market, you have to produce the premium honey. You have to be a trained beekeeper, and you'll be getting your money as at when due. The next slide, please. We had a training recently in the department. People came all over Nigeria for the training, and that's part of it. It was a 3-day training. So, like I told you, even that 3-day training, we cannot call it training. It has to be. We have to be visiting their farm. We have to be. There have to be a kind of retraining and retraining. So So we want to have what we call off-takers. That if you have honey or you produce your products, you have difficulty in selling them, we can sell them for you because we will be monitoring all the activities in your apiary. The next slide. This is an honeycomb that is being built. When colony of bees enter a hive, the first thing they build is that honeycomb. Yes, next slide. Then increase production volume by training of beekeepers on queen rearing, like I said, hive management and pest control. The bees also have enemies, okay? But their enemy is different from our own. As useful and as dangerous as they are enemies. So you have to learn about that. Provide me access to quality bee equipment, such as hives and protective gear. Promoting best practices in beekeeping, such as regular hive inspections. Like I told you, these are part of training. But the beauty of it is that you can be a beekeeper and that does not stop you from doing your profession. Unlike poultry farmer, you have to be there 24/7. But for beekeeping, you do not need to be visiting your apiary every now and then. That's the beauty of it. You can combine it with other profession. The next slide. That's a bee suit, complete bee suit. We don't use magic. In those days when I was young, we used to fear those who go to, we call them awoloyin, those who go to harvest honey in the wild because it's dangerous. Some of them use juju African magic, but we don't use that. We use science and technology. So you have to be in this suit so that you'll be protected or be minimized from bee storm. The next slide. Then you strengthen coordination capacity. You can form cooperative societies. Okay, we have Federation of Beekeepers of Nigeria. You can have a cooperative like that to increase productivity, share knowledge, and do the marketing. You know, there is Nigeria Export Promotion Council. You want to market your products through cooperative. Nigerian government will interface with you. Creating stakeholders forum to facilitate dialogue, collaboration, and problem solving among beekeepers, processors, and other industry, and blah blah blah. The next slide, please. Market opportunities. Depending on what is your target. Are you targeting the herbalists that want to use your honey to produce herbal medicine, or you are targeting ShopRite, or you are targeting US? Okay? When I was in Leventis, there was an honey show that took place in London, and they carried some of our honey. Even in UI here, it competes favorably with honey from outside the country. You mentioned that honeys are flooding into Nigeria, but we have the potential. If you see many of these Chinese drugs, Tianxi, Tasli, some of them are high products. They are made from high products, and they collect this raw material from here, they process it there and bring it and sell it for us at multiple percentage. So we can have value chain, convert these things into other products. So if it is international market, it is your desire. So there's markets everywhere. The next slide, please. Beekeeping resources like honey, bees brood, beeswax, pollen, propolis, bee venom. These are some of the things you can get from the hive. But honey is the most popular. So these things attract money in international markets, in dollars, in euro, in pound sterling. You can sell all these products. Just like he said, depending on the management you are using. So if you are going to production of royal jelly, you can get money. That product I show you, it attracts money internationally. So there are other value-added products, bee honey, beeswax, candle, cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, food products. Then you can carry out pollination services. Like I told you, some beekeepers chartered jumbo cargo plane. Do you think it's a poor man that will do that? for setting up this kind of seminar. Do you think it's small money? They chartered Dubo plane from Australia to go and pollinate orchard of apple in US, in California. That's a big industry. So it's not a small business. There's what we call apitourism. It's a newest phenomenon, whereby the beekeepers, they will attract money through tourism. People visit the apiary. They come and see secondary school students, primary school students, university students, even enthusiasts. They come to the apiary and you collect money. There are a lot of people that get employment, hotel owners and all those countries. So there are countries that are coming up with this idea. Then there's what we call apitherapy. You can use, in the university, research has shown that the venom of bees can heal certain illnesses and sicknesses. So there are some people that go into that. They will inject people with this thing. They will allow bees to sting some people, and it brings healing effects because of the chemical composition of the venom of the bees, but in moderate quantity, because the venom of bee is as deadly as the venom of snake. But if it is regulated, it can heal certain sicknesses. So people they do business with that. Then bee venom therapy, there are two different things, but it's interwoven. The next slide, you can see the effect of bee venom in excess dosage. So somebody was stung with bees in excess. The next slide, this is beeswax. The first thing the bees build when a colony enters the hive, before they start to deposit other products. The next slide. Now there are some challenges and opportunities, just like he said. Now let me tell you, the challenges we face in Nigeria may be different from the challenges in the US. Recently, we have problem of vandalism, theft, and fire. The entire apiary has been wiped out. Now, when we started in 2012, we stationed our apiary across 5 locations in Oyo and Osun State. But the main apiary where you saw that picture was inside the university campus. And initially we were having surpluses, but along the line we observed that people go to our apiary, they harvest our products, they burn the hives. I don't know. We even employed security, especially in Iliogo in Osun State. Later we got to know that the security was culpable. How do we do that? So we have to cover all our hives and bring it to the main apiary. So it's a serious problem that not only beekeepers can handle it, the government has to come in. So now there's general insecurity in Nigeria. So it's a serious issue that we need to cover. So it's very important. Then there are challenges of pests and predators. There's what we call wax moth. I remember 2005, if I'm not mistaken, 2004, 2005, there was an outbreak of wax moth in the southwest. It wiped out many apiaries, just like African swine fever wiped out pig farm. It's a serious issue. Currently, we are working on some entomopathogenic nematodes on how to attack wax moth, to control wax moth. There are other pests of beekeeping in Nigeria. We have small hive beetles and all those something. So these are some of the challenges we face. Then human activities like vandals, thieves, they will go into apiary in the night, they will harvest everything. Then lack of modern techniques and equipment. The next slide. We came up with this processing equipment in the university. We call it hydraulic honey extractor. We try to make it in such a way that it's semi-automatic. We have little contact with the honey when we harvest. It can handle up to about 300, well, let me use liter. Honey is measured in kilogram. So it can handle up to 300 liters of honey. So it's for large-scale beekeepers. But like I said the other time, you can form cooperative. When we constructed it then, we spent about 300,000 naira. It may go to up to 3 million naira now. We fabricated it. Now if you want to go into beekeeping, you want to go into honey production, you must get NAFDAC number, NAFDAC approval. Some of the things they will request from you is they will inspect your processing room and the standard way of processing of manufacturing your this thing. So it's made of stainless steel, and this is one of the things we use. We use it to process the honey harvested from Kenya to Oba. The last shop honey was talking about, there is another equipment that is used to process that. The next slide. This is wax mop attack. The next slide. Now, the next slide, please. The next slide. I want to appreciate God Almighty, the organizers of this program. Though the notice was short, but it gives me joy. Just like he said, see, anywhere beekeeping is talked about, I love to be there because it's my passion right from my undergraduate days. And I want to thank the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ibadan for giving me the platform, the Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, the head of the department, and the chairperson of UIONI, my wife and lovely chair. Thank you very much.
Please, can you give me a round of applause, please? I think I've done a lot of justice to that. Without taking any further time, we are going to the panel discussion. Please, if you have any question, please just write them down. We are going to the interaction section, and I think we are getting one or two things, and I can tell you it will be a continuous conversation because apiculture is a very, very big business, like you have highlighted, and I think once somebody here has a very great role to play. So I will also say, if you are interested in the certificate, you can start indicating. It's just 5,000 naira for the certificate. For the certificate is here, and it's just only 20 certificates. I just here 20. So it's just first come first half for the certificate. Just 20, and also please write down your names because there will be a continuous follow up and other subsequent training. And some may be both international, some may be local. Some that days may be scholarship. That's why you have to write down your details and also follow up online. It's because it's a continuous conversation. And why are we doing this? It's to open our eyes to different areas of this business. Apiculture is not only about honey. And you can see from where it can be highlighted that it's a very big area. And I can tell you, I'm so excited about agriculture, or even talk about agri-business, because that's the area that we have now. You be talking about poverty, and we are not to reduce poverty to barest minimum. If all these opportunities are well taken, by 2030, we should be having a great standing. Let's forget about whatever is happening all around, whether it's well, but I can tell you, we are bouncing back. This I can assure you, we are bouncing back. But you need to prepare yourself. You need to really prepare yourself. Get equipped to build our next opportunity. Let me say this. Don't let us continue to complain because we say the so-called foreigners are taking up this, they are taking up that. It's not their fault. Because we don't want to position ourselves. Some of us just want to be lazy. Our area of commodity processing should be our priority. Leave the BB machine to all rather to the advanced world. We have advantage on our own primary processing. And you can see from what we are highlighted to us. In beekeeping, in agriculture alone, is enough to take over 1 million businesses to come up from it if it's well harnessed. And it's a multi-billion-dollar business. But when you just say they are giving you the highlights. You see what happened from Australia to the US. They will continue to be great. They don't play with this opportunity. And that's why you are in this program. You are not here to waste your time. You are a person coming from all the way from Lagos. I know people that come So I don't know why you should be able to, for you not to take the advantage. Please ask your question. Okay, so we are going to the panel discussion. Like I said, the insurance certificate, you can indicate your name immediately so that it will be just only 20 certificates just available. Other than 20, it will be other subscribe one. So I talked to the panel, Mr. Oduto, the CEO, Beechcraft Consult Limited. Can I give you a round of applause, please? Let me go, Mr. Timothy Fashino, the head Apiari University of Ibadan. Give him a round of applause, please. Okay, let us be gender friendly here. Mrs. Peace Efion, CEO, Broad Choice. I think she will also be explaining the area of how can you export your honey, the standards, and the area of the logistics. Give me a round of applause now. Women, encourage your own. It's very easy. Okay. Okay. Then lastly, Mr. Ahmed, he will be representing Mr. Bidemi Ojeleye, the President Federation of Beekeepers Association of Nigeria. He is the chairman of the Oyo chapter. Give him a round of applause, please. What's happening? Is it the cold this morning or tea? Don't worry. I want to share only. How many of us want to get only? Let me see the answer. Child. I like our time. Okay. So please, because we have limited time, we will start late. We just want to make sure of this time. As we can aware, you can go to the Napoli page. This program is being streamed live. So we can share our value chain perspective. Like our two speakers have earlier said, they have already told us about the nitty-gritties, looking at it from the farm, to the market. But now we want to talk about the market. How do you make money? Hello? How do you make money in your honey? And I think a lot of people, I tell you, I know a lot of hands will go up now. The basic thing. Because when people talk about, is it not this honey? Hello? On the apiculture value chain. Is it more than this? Is it what you're just going around to be sitting down on? No. There are whole lots that have been said. We already have we have this. Okay? This alone, the money you can make on this alone, if you specialize on it, is what can give you fortune and sustainability and the livelihood for you and your family. So, let me start with Mr. Oduto. From your perspective, and if I want to look at the calculation, he said that will be 32 years. You are 32 years lady now, some are already becoming a grandmother. That's the word experience. Do you think it's a business that is sustainable for your family? Is it from your own experience? What do you think in terms of, okay, with this social amount, leave US alone, in the Nigerian level, what kind of money it has from your own investment in the market? Okay, XYZ, 500,000, 300,000, 400,000, this is what we can do to start with. Just 5 minutes.
Well, thank you very much. You see, that question, to answer it, I will not go straight. And I made mention of that when I was talking. The kind of product you produce has to do with the kind of equipment you use. Look at what they're showing here. This is stopper, and this is the kind they use in Nigeria and Africa. The only thing you can get when you use this is honey and wax. You can't get pollen from here. If you want to get propolis, you need to have a kind of method to get it. So that's why I said I cannot go straight to say XYZ will give you this. Now, the knowledge you have will tell you, okay, I don't want toba, I want livestock. And the cost of the equipment is not the same. Not that alone. I mean, construct a house for you with a good plan, and somebody else make toba for you with inferior wooding. So the cost will vary. But what I want you to understand, at this our level in Nigeria, the more the number of your boxes, the more honey you harvest. So what I'm driving at is this. I can tell you with 200,000 you can start beekeeping. In that wise, you will need to have a turbo eye, you will need a bee suit, you will need a smoker. Look at that smoker. That's the only weapon to subside bees. And that's what you can use to work with bees at the daytime like this. Our forefathers or people who visited the colony, we call it, what do they call it, the white colony. At night, they use naked fire to kill them. But in a nutshell, depending on the amount of money you have, what important is knowledge and your passion. When you start, let's say you have one eye. A beekeeper with one eye is the same, is a beekeeper, like somebody has 100 eyes. You are all beekeeper. But what you get from it is different. So if you want to go into beekeeping, the first thing is have knowledge. I don't encourage people to go and buy equipment. Look, I have said something about the wax moth. There's nothing like outbreak of wax moth. Why? How does wax moth infected your eye? It's because you don't attend to your eye. When the colony overthrew the box and they swore, plenty of bees swarm left the younger one. The wax moth will have access to the eye and they attack the comb. That's what they showed you there. The one of my other friend that said, wax moth cannot enter a strong colony. When your colony is strong, you see what makes bees to swarm is because you don't go there often. You don't know what to do there. That's why I emphasize you need knowledge. You need to have a knowledge how to manage them. So, what I will advise for you is start small. Begin the idea. Go to YouTube. Majority of us have a smartphone. If you can't come to me as a trainer to train you because of my cost, there are other people here. Their bill will not be as much as mine. You can even make a friend with the beekeeper. But the first thing is knowledge. When you have knowledge, you know what to do, how much to put down. But in a nutshell, the amount of money you have determines the kind of equipment you use. They will show you another one we use in America. You see how we work with that. If you want to construct that, just a set of landstock. If I want to supply you, it's 150,000 naira. And I have people doing it because they have the means. But I can't recommend that to you. Start with Toba. Learn what to do to maximize them. Thank you.
So please, let me move quickly to Mrs. Effie. It's just in a nutshell, just tell us export of honey. How is the experience so far in the logistics business?
Thank you very much. Great farmers. Without a farmer, there is no nation. In the honey, how I explore the market and the demands. I have demands, sometimes from UK, Europe, China, but we don't have people that produce. About statistically, we have about 600 billion opportunities to farm honey in Nigeria. If we can come up farmers, and you can sell annually for like 7 to 10 billion naira annually. And this is facts. Because when, a lot of people in some other countries are trying to reduce sugary things by using honey to replace the sugar things. And even in Nigeria, the same thing. Especially those that have diabetics, they want to use honey instead of sugar. So I think there are opportunity and there's a market there out there for you to sell honey. But you need to understand what it takes to get to that market. You don't just stumble to the market. Just like our Oga here, who is a professional, I tested his honey and I was like, wow, this thing can really sell market. There are people who want to buy, but they can't buy an honey who is unadulterated. They can't buy honey who is not well processed. And in Nigeria we have that. But when I tested his own, it was quite very, the quality was 100%, I must say. And then his packaging, I was looking at the first appearance of every product is your labeling and your packaging. Then you now look at the quality by testing. So after the testing, we'll now tell you, are you certified? If you take an honey to UK, the first thing they will look is the bottle, whatever you're using to package it. How do you package it? How do you label it? Then they will now look at the certification. Do you have manpower? Do you have some car? Do you have NAFDAC? All this. But NAFDAC is not really, the package is not really the problem. The problem is the quality conformity of that product. So when they see a manpower or some car, they will not say, okay, yes, it passed. So the FDA will not really tell you, okay, this product does not meet up standard. In UK, they check a lot. They will tell you, you get a product, the product is quality, but they don't see what certified that product, who certified it, and you need to go and meet some to go and get standard organization to do that. So when you have all these things, and the labeling, which are the segments you need to understand, you now go to how do I export? First, you need to find to where do you take it to. Look for maybe an agent like us, and go to maybe like Primex, where you can come and pick your cargo and take it to the board and do clearance for you. You understand who to meet for the clearance. And then you now go to the issue of how to sell after exporting. Because the person is receiving the goods must understand the product. If your customer doesn't understand your product, it will be very difficult for you to sell and very difficult for you to sell. So when you look at the quality, he will know who clears the cargo. A lot of people clear the cargo, but they don't state the conformity of that product. So when it gets to the border patrol, maybe in any other country, UK or US, they will start bringing the product down and start questioning the product. So it takes you time to clear that product. The cost of that will also affect your market. Because when you look at the money you spend, your own products will not sell when others are selling $7 point something and your own is selling $10. It will not move the market. So you need to understand the segments. Understanding the segments before you do your exporting. And then you have to find your market. The product quality, the market, and then how do you ship the product. So you find people like Primex or any freight forwarding companies, logistics companies, where to export are moving to the port. So that's all I can say for export. And also not only money, we are trying to see how Nigerians can be exporting vegetables and fruits. There's a lot of demands for that as well.
So please, made us highlight about the export potential, and I think the point is now in our courts. Mr. Tetemile, there will be time for questions, and I think I have said it to write down our questions. And I think the experts we have here, they are capable enough to handle any question that you need to ask. I will go to Mr. Ahmed, representing the National President, Federation for Beekeepers Association of Nigeria. Mr. Ahmed, let us first use Oyo State as an example. For the farmers, what have been the experience? What are the challenges? I don't want to call it problems, I call it challenges. But I know you make money, you'll be making money, but there are a lot of challenges. What solutions have we really put on ground, or we need, or what solution need be? Are you with me? Okay. So just a few minutes, please.
I would like to first greet my colleagues about the beekeeping in Nigeria, most especially in Oyo State here. In fact, we are trying our possible best. We have many challenges. Likewise, as my colleagues have mentioned, most especially about bush burning and theft. That is the problem that we normally face. But along the line, know how, as we have passion for it, there is nothing we can do. We have to face the challenges. And by now, we are still on it. And we are praying that government will assist us in anywhere, any aspect that we need their help. And I will still mention about the only or business or what we are facing or our gain or the passion we have for the bee, for honey. I can tell you now, since 2006 we have been engaging in beekeeping till now, and if I'm not mistaken, in beekeeping we have a lot business in it. Apiculture, Apiculture, beekeeping, as we are able to sell honey is not a problem. We are getting honey and we have marketing for it. Even I can tell you, if I have anybody here that have colony to sell today, if you have up to 10 or 50 colony to sell, there is market for it. And still yet, I still have people that want to buy honey from us in large quantity. If you can provide more than 10,000 liters of honey today, you will receive your money. So far, it's organic and pure natural honey as our present. So for this business, I can tell you, if you go into beekeeping, you will not regret. I can assure you for that. Beekeeping in Oyo State, as we are farmer, we are trying, and we have organization that is trying their possible best to train people if you want to train about beekeeping. Even apitherapy, if you want to go into apitherapy, we have people that can train you how to use bee products. Those are the things that is on ground. For anybody that want to go into beekeeping, as I'm still repeating, we have people that can train you. And as my colleagues said about some minutes ago now, the problem that we are facing, it can't drive us not to go into beekeeping. We are still trying to consult people that will help us out of the problem, because what is driving us backward is theft. When you put your eye in the bush, you are going there like twice in a month. when the harvesting period is approaching, it's that time that those people will go there and clear everything off. Those are the challenges that we are facing, and by the special grace of God, we will overcome it. So that is for that. And about the gain, if you have one eye in your apiary, if you maintain it, you can use it for more than 20 years if you can maintain it. Because I have one, the hive that I started with since 2006 is still on the farm, and honestly the bee still existing in it and producing only for me. As of today, I can boast of 200 hives that I'm managing now. Even though this around January, they still burn my hive, almost 80 hives that they burn at farm settlement, Ijari farm settlement. Yes, and it's not that the bush, the apiary is pushing. No, we clear everything, but we don't know the intentionally, because they want to begin their own cultivation around the apiary. That is the reason why they burn the hive. But apart from all those challenges, if somebody can invest, according to how my uncle said, that if you can maintain or provide solution to that type of problem, by the special grace of God, there is gain in beekeeping. There is a lot of gain in beekeeping, because aspect of beekeeping, it has wide. To talk of bee venom, propolis, bee wax, and honey, all those products we are getting it from our products. And even if you reach our standard, all those things are there. We are selling it, and there is marketing for bee products, honey, propolis, wax. Even if you have more than 20 tons of wax today, there is market for it. As I'm standing here, if you have it today, I will tell you that no amount of wax that you have, there's market for it. Yes, and honey, if it is pure natural honey, there is company that they are ready to collect it from us if we can produce it accordingly to make standard. That is it, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Please give me a round of applause to please. I think you have given us a good highlight opportunities from a farmer perspective, and I think it's really telling us one project is because I think I also make a survey in Abuja, the northern part. It's also the same story: security. Because no matter how beautiful you put up your setup, the issue are because of people, and I think God is going to punish them because other people sweat. Because no one or two farmers have had what's the same frustration of what you have said. Rather, you finish the whole thing, the time for you to now for your harvest, nowhere you can do your own it. And I don't know why people are doing like that. I don't know. But let me go to Mr. Fashino, an academic, and also let me say you are becoming a businessman. I live from your approach here. What's your perspective about this security? I want you to really talk about that area. But this should form the form of your research. And it's not the first university in Nigeria. And it's not a coincidence. I think you should back your the present research now, because these are doing the same complaint all over. The security of our, of the outbreak, the security of the eyes. So, as they say, even the eyes, not even the only alone, they pack the eyes. Just come in there, you think whether it has disappeared. Nothing. So what do you think can be done? Or what are the mitigation or solution? Well, both in the interim or a permanent solution.
Thank you very much. There is a saying that security is everybody's business. When you see something, say something. And that has That is what has landed us to where we are in this country. When people start to indulge some people because they belong to the same religion, because they belong to the same tribe. You see, it is the beginning of problem, you know, but you may not know the end. So before this security first started to this level, some people were just looking the other side. Now, to go straight to the point, like I said during the presentation, we started with about 5 apiaries, or then about 6, spread across Osun and Oyo State. And we constructed our hives, and the hives stand in such a way that it's unique to our own district. But along the line, we were not anticipating this kind of problem initially. So we were going along, we were harvesting. But along the line, we observed that we were expecting harvest. Some other people also were expecting to harvest. So, but when it goes to the time that we do not bear it, we have to retrieve our. Even inside the University of Ibadan campus, where we placed over 200 hives, around December last year, some people just enter through there's a river, Ajibode River. They carted away the hive stand, about 98, and the aluminum cover. You know how they did it? Like my colleague said, the situation in other countries may not be peculiar to this place. We may employ some technology like CCTV camera. We may even employ the services of hunters or security people with weapons, because it's an investment, so you have to plan your investment very, very well. So I think the most important thing is the government intervention, because it's the exclusive role of the government to secure the lives and properties of the citizens. But in this part of the country, of the world, we buy our water, we produce our electricity, we produce this and that. But it's not supposed to be. But in the interim, we may have to form a kind of cooperative, collective measure to curtail this. The people that are causing this problem, they are not ghosts, they are not spirits, they are human beings. And they have roots. So, like the case of the Felka, where they burnt their hives, okay? In the past when we expressed that in UI, apiary, it's pockets of vandalism like that. But when it's now becoming so rampant, even the bee house that my senior colleague talked about, you see, in some parts of the country where insecurity is rampant, they can even burn down the bee house. So we appeal to the policymakers in this country to come to our aid. Without the kind of definite this thing, it may be difficult to come. Even with CCTV camera, if you see the person, how do you arrest? You arrest somebody, you take him to the police station, before the next day, order from above, the person is released. So it's a serious, multifaceted problem that both the government and the citizens. But when you see something, say something. So that's what I can say.
Okay, if you see something, say something. Well, I think because the issue of that security, I think, no, not only to agriculture alone, I think to all areas of agriculture, but to the topic of what we are in today, it's very, because it's really something that really that I'm not always happy about. When people, your own efforts, you have made your calculation, now your harvest, you now got in there, and that's what people want to tell you, that agriculture is not it for them. So I think we continue to work on that issue of security, both from the association, the stakeholders, the petitioners. We want to put heads together, and also to the government agencies, because this is very paramount. You put in that at least officer who have said 200,000. Whether you got the loan from somewhere or your microfinance, okay, the interest you pay per month, you got in there, the whole thing is gone. So how do you pay back? So, like I said, we have to work out ways, whether in the cooperative, we'll be able to get security, whether vigilante or rest. I don't know if you can get the police, you can get, is it civil defense? I mean, how large it is, or Amoteku, forest rangers. I think, let me go back to Mr. Alucha in 2 minutes. Let's have the final take before we go to the questions and answers. Your final comments, just give us 2 minutes.
Well, my final comment is, don't get loan to start business. Don't get loan to start the business. That's an advice. As far as this beekeeping is concerned, what I understand is, the first thing needed is knowledge. Know what to do. The issue of security is a general problem, but with technology today, if not we don't have justice, right where you are, you can know what's happening in your farm. Whether somebody is stealing your thing, you can see on your phone. And at our level, we may not be able to do that. When we come together as a cooperative, you see, the problem we have is our government. Government is not doing enough. But at the same time, how well have we done, we as ourselves? We don't rely on government. To the glory of God today, everything I'm able to do or have done is self-effort. I want to be. And today, I can be anywhere I want to be. You know why I'm emphasizing on knowledge? When you have knowledge, you will trade your knowledge for money. That's how I grew. I settled myself down. I want to be training people. I want to have institutes, and I need to know more far better than people I want to train. I remember in 2022, I got a project in the US. I don't know how they discovered me. They first asked me to train people online, almost 16 countries, some part in Africa, India, and many other places. At the end of the training, they gave me a project in Tanzania to go and help them to do something. I charged them $500 per day for 3 weeks. It's a big money. So, what I will advise you, if you are contemplating what to do, go and buy books. Stop watching unnecessary film on your Android. Go to YouTube. Go and Google information. Work with people that can help you. You don't need their money. All you need is knowledge. When you know enough, and you let people know you know it, they will come to you.
So thank you so much. I know you can't divert everything today. So just 2 minutes, please. Go to questions and answer, please. No comment? Okay.
Yes, just to corroborate the last speaker, the first thing you have to get passion for what you are doing. Because there will be challenges. If anybody tells you that the road to success is easy, it's a lie. I remember when I was to do my first degree project, it fell around Abacha's strike. There was fuel scarcity, a lot of problem in the nation, and I had to go to different states to collect data. And some of my colleagues were telling me that, what is your problem? Why did you have to go to this? You are the only one among 500 of us. I said, that is where I'm going. I remember during the master's program also, I took data, I would be inside the apiary till 3 a.m. and collecting data. Along the line, I had problem, so I had to start over again. So, but today, where I am is passion driven. So, get passion, then get knowledge, just like he said. So, money will come with time. People will recognize you. And whatever you are doing, be honest. Integrity is very important. I tell people I don't sell honey for people because you can spoil somebody's integrity. So whatever you are doing, don't cut corners. Make sure you put God first, and sky is even beyond the limit. Thank you.
Okay. Please give a round of applause, please, to all our panels. So we're going to the question and answer. I think if you have any question, let me see your answer. Just okay, 1, 2. Please, can you just add 3? Please just advance up, please. So because of time, please.
This box we overface is beautiful. You can see the way you explore it the same way abroad over there. Can you please help us probably explain this construction to us, paraventure, some of us who have getting just just have it placed in a compound and begin to pick very interest in that. 2, and to my own uncle there. Now, I was happy you mentioned the therapy from B because I think I've experienced it a while. Can you please stress more, because I believe people are getting to understand that this thing, was very therapeutic. So can you please help forward on that? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We enjoyed the lesson. So my question goes to our father on seat. So as you can see in the video, you are not covered with a big cloth. So we want to ask that if our honey we are wearing here, are they different from the one outside the country? Like, are they addressing the one we are wearing here? And can we wear them in our compound? Or because according to the challenges we are facing as a farmer, so we were told that they are cutting down the trees and the lights and the X-Men are packing the honey. So if at all we can wear this thing in our compound, so I think we can overcome that in a bit. So I would like you to enlighten us on that, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I just want you to expatiate on the beach thing. I heard it's very medicinal, and I'm sure most people don't know about it. I'm a beekeeper, and on this video I watched something and he just said so just now. So I just want you to explain to people. Thank you.
My question is to Mr. Fashino. I've done beekeeping training in the Federal College of Apiculture. I did one also here sponsored by the federal government at the Federal College of Apiculture. I've done like 2 in Leventis Foundation. I'm just hearing for the first time that it's being done in UL. So when is the next one in UL? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. My question is, does original honey or pure honey crystallize over time? That's my first question. And the other question is, are there any beekeeper association in Ibadan? Because the one I had of in Abuja. So that's my question. Thank you.
My question, good morning everybody. My question is that concerning the uses of oil. Sometimes when I use oil, I feel stomach ache, and I've met many people complaining about stomach ache when using oil. I now want to ask that why is only causing stomach ache? And sometimes when I'm using it, it doesn't cause stomach ache, but later I discover that by the time it's causing that, I stop using it. And one day I wanted to put it inside the tea for my children. My children say, no, don't put it, no. I said, why? They say, it do them somehow. They say, my hair. I now discover that not only me, 50, something like that. I have heard many people also complaining that is it during the processing what happened? Why the only causing stomach ache? And many people say it used to heal us, but I don't know. Maybe it's during the processing. If I explain that to us.
My name is Precious from Royal Farmer Association. I want to ask sir, what training opportunities are available for women in beekeeping, value-added care, and honey processing?
Let's have a conversation. Please let us make it very, very brief so that at least what's addressed to everybody. So, go ahead.
Yeah, on the issue of therapy or development therapy, it's a phenomenon. It's even agreed that beekeepers among agriculturists or farmers, they live healthier than other farmers because of exposure to it. Because there's no way you will not be stung. It can only be minimized. And it has been proven scientifically and through research that the venom, if it is applied at a regulated dosage, it can heal certain illnesses like arthritis, rheumatism, and some level of cancer. That's proven through research. So, but it should not be exceeded. Initially, some people react to this thing. It's normal, but with time, your body system will adjust and get used to it. However, I have to let you know this. Want to go to beekeeping if you have some health challenges like you are asthmatic because we use smoke, okay? Then the pollen grain, it triggers asthma crisis. So that does not discourage you from going to processing and whatever, but you want to really be policing the apiary to be limited to some extent, except there is divine intervention. Then on the issue of what's the second question now? The training, yes. The training we held last month was a maiden one in the department. So it's going to be annual training. Initially we tried to combine with mushroom production because we also train our students in mushroom. This is an era of entrepreneurship. It's not a time you graduate and you be looking for a job. You have to be creating job. So another one is coming up next year. So the time we will announce. This one will just test from the training. I don't know whether I answered some of the questions.
Okay, I think another one that will personal consultation.
About the association, there is an association in Oyo State here. If you want to join the association, you can come and contact us. We are here. So there is an association, Oyo State Beekeeper Association. We are functioning. Step time, we are either 26, it's 26, so we are there. So about the apitherapy, we have an apitherapist in our midst here. Even if you want to talk about bee stinging, it's very medicinal, and I can tell you, God gave bees knowledge, wisdom to know where to sting, because they don't normally sting anyhow. They have acupuncture that they normally sting, like front here, lip, here, back. Those are the acupuncture that you normally work for some ailments. So I'm telling you that if you want to be healthy, you can take bee stinging twice in a month. It's very medicinal. So that is that.
Let me hand over to Dr. Akonju. Can you give me a round of applause? Just a comment. And please, we are going to have a group photograph. And any of the audience that want to join us here, you are free to also join. Or after this comment, we are going to go to the group photograph.
Great farmers! I want to believe you are rich in knowledge, and I want to believe you are ready to take action. I'm thrilled to hear that it's an industry, but I'm a bit confused that an industry that has not been maximized. So I'm throwing it to us, not just to listen to people talk about this lucrative source of money. So I want to look forward that by the time they hold the training in UI or wherever, a lot of us will get there. And when we are touching again maybe next year or year after, I will be so proud to see a lot of big farmers from this forum. Thank you very much for this beautiful time spent together.